How long have you lived in Northwest Indiana and how long in Valparaiso? Maybe count to five and then answer. We'll be good.
So I've lived in Northwest Indiana my entire life. We moved to Valparaiso in 2010. There was a short part of our life that we lived in South Bend straight out of school, out of college. But then we moved back home in 2010 to Valpo.
What was your reason for moving to your current address and are you happy with your decision?
So we lived in South Bend, as I mentioned, straight out of college, and then had our first baby out there, and then found out a second baby was coming, and we wanted to be closer to family, so the kids would know grandparents and cousins and all the family around that was still in Northwest Indiana. So we decided to move then in 2010. And we're happy here. We like the subdivision, we like the area, and we like being close to family.
What do you enjoy most about living in your city?
I like our location because it's close enough to Chicago to go do big city things if you want to, see a play, catch some professional sports event. There's all sorts of festivals downtown. I love the lake, so this is a great location for all of that. But at the same time, it's still a bit of a small town feel with a lot of things to do. And even though the region is a big place, it's a small world.
What recreational activities does Valparaiso offer your family?
We're sort of foodies, so we kind of like the different sorts of restaurants that are around and kind of the expansion that's kind of going on in the area a little bit. Different things to try, different restaurants popping up. And the other things we like to do, we're a sports family, so we enjoy, the youth sports activities that are here, as well as sometimes we'll take in some things at VU through the kids' school, things like that. So we like to do those sorts of things.
What personal entertainment does Valparaiso offer you?
I feel like that's the same question.
I guess more adult. Like what is there for you and your husband to do?
We don't do anything. We don't do anything outside of our kids' things, mostly. But I guess the restaurants and kind of just things to kind of maybe walk around and do a little bit downtown. Sometimes we kind of do a little bit of a happy hour, appetizer hopping around. We get kind of appetizers and drinks from here and there now and then and just kind of walk around downtown.
What is your favorite Valparaiso hangout? And also, what is your favorite Valparaiso restaurant?
I would say they're one and the same. Favorite restaurant for kind of a nicer, planned out, definitely going out to eat meal is probably Stacks. We enjoy it there. We introduced the kids to that about a year ago, and they really liked it. So we go back every now and then when we have some time to kind of sit and enjoy dinner. Otherwise, we spend a lot of time at El Salto. That's just kind of I don't really feel like cooking, let's go grab some food real quick, kind of a place for us, but it is definitely a favorite. And another place that we kind of like to hang out I like to hang out, is Board and Brush. That's a fun activity I like to do with friends, and my daughter and I have done a couple together, and it's a lot of fun.
Is Valparaiso famous for anything?
Popcorn. Popcorn is the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about it being a famous part of the city. We have Popcorn Fest every fall, and of course, Orville Redenbacher Factory was founded here, so that's kind of a piece of notoriety. And then we also have Valparaiso University, which every now and then they'll make it to Sweet 16 in March Madness. So Bryce Drew's put our name on the map a little bit as far as that's concerned.
How often do you have to give pronunciation lessons when you explain where you live?
Less than I have to do it for my last name. Actually, not too often, I don't think. Most people kind of sound it out pretty well, I think. It might take them a minute, but they'll sound it out.
What would you add to your city to make it even more enjoyable for you?
That's a tough question. I would say maybe a few more different pieces of entertainment, a little bit of a diverse selection of things to do, maybe more festivals a little bit. I don't know. I guess we're always so busy, so that's a tough question. But I think if we had, in certain areas outside of downtown and the immediate neighborhoods, if there was a way to get to places, to downtown or to things, whether that's bus or sidewalks to ride a bike or some sort of public transport to make that a little bit easier, and then you don't have to worry about parking when you're going downtown. That might be something that would be interesting.
Valparaiso has a great pavilion downtown titled the William Urschel Pavilion. I know they do ice skating, hockey lessons, sometimes skating rink there. Can you tell me about that?
So my kids like to go ice skating in the winter there quite a bit. They're at an age now where what we remember going to the roller rink every Friday night as kids. They kind of like to do that, but the ice skating version when they can. And we have some time, they like to go with their friends. I also know there's a farmer's market there when it's not winter time out, and a bunch of booths set up with vendors and different crafts and food and things like that as well. So that's always kind of a fun time to kind of walk around and just see what you can find. There's also some churches that have some services there outside every now and then, and that's always kind of neat in a part of the band shell that they have down there just for different change of scenery. And so they use it in a lot of different ways, and I think it is kind of a focal point of downtown a little bit, but always something interesting going on there, it seems.